What the hell happened to us as a society? Kids used to listen to Alice in Chains. Now they listen to this fog bullshit. It is the case that people have to cover it, and they're not covering enough. Whatever coverage it has, it is not covered enough. We used to be cool as fuck as a society. What is going on now? USA, top Spotify, top 50 USA. Let's check what we have. Taylor Swift. We have some K-pop shit. We have Olivia D. Who is this? White girl music. Somber. This pedophile. What's a sweater weather? I don't know what that's doing there, but honestly, we used to be like tough. We used to be good. Is metal really dying? Hello everyone, this is CORNEA-SAL, and today we're going to be philosophizing. Is metal dying or not? So let's define dying genre. So a dying genre is basically a genre of music that is no longer being played as much. It is losing importance. It is losing what makes it popular in the first place. Maybe it's a failed essence evolution. So maybe people just aren't interested in what it has become. Maybe it lacks political relevance, whatever. But I rather think that it has more political relevance now than it had in any other moment in history. And let me make my case clear now. Metal was always about rebellion, whether we like it or not, whatever. Metal has always expressed a part of society that was shunned, and it expressed that individuality that people were missing, like when things were so taboo, you know? Who knows what things are taboo now that are not taboo in like 50 years, whatever. Do we have individuality now? I think we have like over individuality, like especially in like Western countries where it's all about ourselves, rather like it's just like very individual. We're encouraged now to be completely different from everyone else, which kind of makes this like new genre of like performative people that just want to be different without having like any sort of like substance to back that up. And I'm not saying that some people inherently have no substance, but they do not find it and they copy it from other people, making them exactly like other people, but never quite them. So the individuality problem in metal, I think that's pretty much solved. But metal is also about politics, and I feel like, as I've said before many times, I feel like the heaviness of the sound and the hard to approach way of metal actually gives way to this criticism. A lot of early metal gems like War Pigs, you know, that's what it was all about. Like the most known metal bands, they've all spoken about political issues because that is a big part of the scene. Like you don't need to make a political song for it to be metal nowadays, but the genre is political in itself because it stands out on purpose. Intermission, sorry guys. If you want updates for this channel, I have an Instagram, I stream horror games and some like 2B videos for YouTube on Twitch, and most important of all, I also have a Patreon in which I talk in and give you some behind the scenes and an intermission. It is, in some cases, it is horrifying on purpose, it is gory on purpose, whatever you're listening to. And I feel like now, especially with like the rise of like mainstream like industry plans, not that there weren't industry plans before. Right now, I feel like it's more obvious than ever, and no one gives a fuck. The rise of like TikTok and overconsumption and globalization, like I feel like it's the best time ever to talk about political issues now that we have the chance, right? You're not gonna get shot in your mouth because you talk about these subjects, and you can just bring awareness to them with little to no danger at all. Even if you say the craziest shit and you're like a fucking neo-Nazi, no one's there to stop you. Even being a extremist doesn't give you many consequences nowadays. That said, maybe just because everyone has a voice right now on social media, it is less needed to do it by music. I mean, a lot of music back in the day where free speech was not as allowed was a way to camouflage this like political speech, you know? That's why people also resorted to melodies, you know, so they could make political statements in music. But now that you can just speak out without a gun to your head, maybe it has become less useful or less relevant in that sphere, at least. It's not the same for me to say like AI is ruining our creativity, like me to you. It's not the same thing for me to say that to you and it's saying like, oh, machine, it's ruining us. You're like, wow, this is such a nice tune, and then you're like listening to the music and you're like, oh wait, hold up, she kind of right though. Oh my god, yeah, totally. Like, music has always been used to push agendas or whatever. I feel like the oversexualization in media and stuff right now, people having their ass out on the internet, was only allowed after Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, which when I saw that video when I was young, I was like, yeah. I was like, Grandma, why does Hannah Montana have her ass out? And she was like, oh, sweetie, she's a degenerate. Now we can just do that and no one cares. So why don't we use this genre to make actual, like, counterculture? Have people stopped being mad at society? The whole thing that happened with, like, the quarantine and everything, I feel like it should have made people stronger, and it just made them weak and depressed, sad jerk-offs, instead of, like, it's not bad to be a sad jerk-off. Like, everyone was a sad jerk-off in the 90s, and we still had, like, some really good shit. So what happened to that? What is exactly that change in society that made us so fucking lame? And why do people listen to metal nowadays? I feel like the chill and cool and calm culture has kind of ruined that way of us expressing our anger through music, and just like expressing anger is just like badly perceived. I feel you would just imagine, like, you're just a random kid who listens to Travis Scott. What the fuck do you listen to when you're mad? Or like, you listen to Joji. My respects to Filthy Frank, right? But what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, do you just punch the wall, white boy style? Maybe that's what they do. If they just listen to some to Gojira for like 3 minutes, they would calm the fuck down. I always say this, and I think like music is a tool. Like, we have so many sad songs, so many romantic songs, so many happy songs. Where is the anger? Like, when everything's supposed to be so popified, have some grit in you. I mean, I'm not telling you to go listen to extreme metal, but you can just listen to AC/DC or like Black Sabbath or whatever the and it will be 10 times better than listening to SZA's top 10. Maybe that's why people recur to funk, like, I don't really like funk, whatever, but it has its moments, and I feel like that's the closest we can get. I mean, before I listened to metal and discovered metal, when I was a kid, I would listen to dubstep because it was like the heaviest thing that I had, but I didn't know about metal because I was a little kid and I didn't know shit. Like, I didn't even know my own name. And these young people aren't being shown real music. They just listen to whatever is in the radio. Music is more important than we think, in my opinion. Music is a frequency. It is a mood. It is a perspective in life. It can be anything. I am personally highly impressionable. When I listen to a song, I really connect with it. I feel like this happens to everyone though. When you listen to a song and you connect with it, you like hear the lyrics. Like, it can make you cry, it can make you bawl, it can make you understand, it can make you change your perspective in life. Like, when I watch a movie that I really love and has a very sick vibe, it just changes your perspective in life. And that's what happens to me. These kinds of media, they really affect your brain and your perceiving of the world. Anger can be negative, of course. It is typically framed as a negative emotion. With anger also comes ambition, this feeling of wanting glory, wanting respect, of wanting to just step over the world and just do everything. It fires you up. And being fired up, like overly fired up, obviously can make you a violent person. But when you can contain that and you can let out that fire, that sweet spot is what helps you make everything you want come true. Because if you're listening to Bob Marley the entire day and you're like, oh yeah, dude, I totally want to like travel the world and stuff, you're not gonna do shit. You don't have the guts, you don't have the anger, you don't have the fire to actually make the plans that you need to do. And I'm not saying all the people who don't listen to metal aren't doing this, but metal is a way of releasing and channeling anger, power. At least that's the way it feels for me. I don't know. You feel free to tell me what your experiences are. And some people do this, like, I don't know, they go to the gym, they go boxing, whatever. But like, are you going to go to the gym with like techno music the entire time? Are you tired? Like, isn't your hand tired? Sometimes it happens to me that I am just so like tired. Sometimes I just listen to some metal and it really uplifts me because I can channel this positive anger inside of me and be like, okay, I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna get this done, blah 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 blah. And then it really fires you up. And I feel like people, especially teens and young people, are just missing the mark on this because they're not being taught. There is a rise in the alt subculture nowadays too, which is good for metal. Obviously we got a bunch of people only listening to Deftones and Metallica, yeah, whatever. But you know what? I support that. I don't care. Whatever gets that shit burnt into their head, whatever is a gateway to something else to them, that is good. And you know why metal is dying? Not only because people aren't being taught to like release their anger and to see music as a tool and only just as a like placeholder thing. Music doesn't only have to be about nice melodies, is what I'm saying. Like it can be a tool. It can be something for you to get into a mental headspace that is going to help you. Not only that, but people are gatekeeping for no reason. Whatever. You see this 14-year-old who only listens to Change and Cherry Waves, and don't go shitting on them. They're just starting. What did you start with? You didn't start with Nails. You started with Metallica. Shut the fuck up. Everyone has the right. Like, just because you have more experience doesn't mean you have to shit on other people that don't have it. It's like you're starting snowboarding or whatever. You're like, oh my god, this is so much fun, and you just buy like shitty gear. Sure, someone can tell you, hey, you know, there's something better for you out, and you're like, oh, okay, sweet dude, thanks. But they're like, oh my god, you're using that. That's so embarrassing. Like, seriously, just get out of here. I literally just joined. Literally just came in here like 3 hours ago. Like, dude, give me a break. Those people have no life, clearly. You can't expect people to know everything right off the bat. Like, instead, if you see someone beginning, if you feel like it, give them advice. Oh, if you like Metallica, you should check out Megadeth. And with Megadeth, check out Judas Priest, whatever. Really think about it. Am I really so miserable to be caring about what a kid is doing? And who cares if they're like, oh my god, yes, I'm like the biggest metalhead, and they don't listen to anything relatively heavy. Like, whatever, just let them be. It is way better for people to get those emotions without really understanding than just kicking them out and making them listen to Life of a Showgirl. And understanding comes with time. Like, I'm sure you didn't understand everything about the culture before you joined it, because you need interest to join it, and maybe comes with practice, maybe comes with being involved. I didn't know a lot of stuff that I know now a year ago when I started my channel, but I learned because I am interested. Help people to find things that will pique their interest. Music is a tool that can be used, and anger is one of the most beautiful and powerful emotions that we have. Anger is a gift. Anger can be violence, but it can also be justice, it can also be ambition, and it can also be drive. I'm sure that many of you will relate to what I'm saying, that sometimes you just feel down and you need a reason to continue and to make that fire burn inside of you even more when you're going through something or you're struggling. So in retrospect, is metal dying? I feel like it is holding on by a thread. But I also think it's not too late, and I also think that this music genre, which we so love, can have a positive impact in society. Hey guys, let me know your thoughts. Am I saying crazy shit? Is this, what do you think? Please leave it in the comments. Was CORNEA-SAL talking about metal again as in the entire channel, so go check the other ones out, and I'll see you.